So this video is gonna be a little different, but I wish to speak about what the situation that's been going on, and I want to start a conversation, and I am still gonna be continuing posting, but I don't want to continue posting without at least acknowledging the bad or what's been going on. So let's see. First off, this video I'm probably gonna be talking about two things. The first thing is that I want to say that I fully support the Black Lives Matter movement. I think the injustice and unfairness that they face is ridiculous and that they deserve justice, and it's been long overdue. And the second thing I want to talk about is, well, I'm going to divide it up into two things, but I think that this is important. I acknowledge that I am privileged. I am privileged in the fact that I've never had to walk down the street and fear being called dangerous or suspicious. I've never had to feel the unfairness of being punished for someone else's crime or for some sort of ridiculous crime. I have never had to feel the fear of having my life or the life of another close to me being taken away by the people who are supposed to protect our lives. Lives. I'm starting to get emotional. This video was very kind of tricky for me because, like, for one thing, people are saying that you should use your voice and you should start speaking it out and having these uncomfortable conversations, but it's a little tricky to speak on social media because if you don't have the right information, a lot of time social media can get volatile. And that's what's one of the things I wanted to speak up for a while now, but it's been tricky. But I decided, I'm just gonna say it and just say my piece. So I fully support the Black Lives Matter movement, and I think we need to end racism now. Honestly, I think racism should have ended a long time ago. And I think everyone has finally gotten to that wake-up call with the unjust murder of George Floyd. You've probably seen the video, but if you don't, a white officer had his neck on George Floyd, a brown man, or not a brown man, a black man. I'm sorry I'm messing up my words, I'm getting emotional. On his neck for 8 minutes, which is ridiculous. Because there's actually a rule of threes where, so a white officer had his knee on George Floyd's neck, a black man, for 8 minutes, which is ridiculous. And there's actually a rule of threes in science of how the human body works. You can't go 3 days without water, you can't go 3 weeks without food, and you can't go 3 minutes without air, which is absolutely ridiculous. You can legit do a Google search and you'll find the rule of thirds or threes. And even if the officers didn't know that, unless you are trained to hold your breath, having that air circulation cut off for that long, anybody would figure out that he would have been dead for just a long while ago. And that video might not have shown everything. Maybe he had his knee on his neck for even longer. I don't know. Unless you are physically trained to hold your breath, it's almost not possible to have your air circulation flow be cut off for that long. And that restraint was ridiculous. Anyways, I'm getting off topic, but they have finally been sentenced to jail, or at least arrest. I don't know the full story, and currently, probably as of right now, I'm probably looking into it. But you could see the injustice that has waking up everybody to what the truth is. I also wish to acknowledge the fact that I am ignorant. I am ignorant in the fact that I've heard about a few stories here and there, but these stories were never brought up to me, bro. I'd never seen these stories before. There was a man who was going to go to jail for picking up garbage, doing service, working. There was also a man who went to jail who was put under arrest for eating a sandwich at a station, which had a sandwich store, or at least I think it did. again, I've just been trying to learn as much as I can, and I'm very at bad memory, so I'm sorry if some of this information is incorrect or it's outdated. Now those two stories happened a long time ago, but that just proves to show that the injustices that the black community has faced is ridiculous. So, I'm gonna try to end this on a positive note. So, I left multiple links down in my description below of the black of like ways you can support the Black Lives Matter movement, of links to community bail funds, links to sign petitions. Like Breonna Taylor was also unfairly killed, and yet the officers have not been charged yet. Links to help restore sites that have been looted, and just like multiple other links. Honestly, now is the time where we need to shout our voices. We need to shout out Black Lives Matter, and that they've always mattered, and that the black community are not less or any less worth than the white community, and that this movement needs to be designed to change racism, to make it a thing of the past, to make any form of racism a thing of the past. So, yeah, I've also left links down to other creators of other black creators talking about their experiences, and I think now more than ever we need to have these uncomfortable conversations. Like honestly, this video was very tricky for me to make because I didn't know where to start or words to say, because I'm speaking on like a pain I never felt, so it's a little tricky, but I don't want to stay silent. So yeah. And like with the volatility of social media, it was just all together added up to be very tricky. But I wanted to get as enough information as I could. But as you probably know, that's all. That I just decided that I just wanted to speak my mind, because I've had a lot of thoughts racing in my head, and so just like I just want to say them. And I encourage you to message me or leave comments down in the description, not in the description, in the comment section below, about what you think. And I also encourage you to DM me on Instagram. I would love to have conversations about this, quote unquote, if we keep things civil and keep things positive. Now more than ever, we need to start taking steps to change this injustice. We need to start taking steps to move forward. Honestly, I hope that this unfair and unjust system will end now, so that we can make racism, any form of it, a thing of the past. Thank you for listening.